All right, for my eagle-eyed viewers there, no, those are not the rounds that are in these boxes. It was just for a nice thumbnail. So we're going to do a little accuracy test for these today. And stay tuned because I'm going to do some ballistic gel tests on these as well. But I got this Bear Creek here, 16-inch. It's a 1 in 8 twist. It's their side charging model. Check out my campsite page for more info on that. But she likes heavier bullets than 55 and 62 grain. So I've been experimenting with different rounds to see what it likes. So far I found that it likes the Hornady Frontier 68 grain boat tail hollow point match the best so far. It shoots those real well, about MOA if I recall correctly, maybe a little under. Doesn't like 55 and 62 grain stuff too much. But I have noticed now that I've been shooting it more and off camera, well, not off camera, but different review videos and stuff. I don't think there's really been any off camera. I've noticed it started to shoot this 55 and 62 grain stuff in tighter groups than in that original review video, which, by the way, if you want to check it out, I'll put a link in the description to the original review video of this upper so you can see me shoot a bunch of different ammo, see what it likes there. But it seems to be shooting better now that it's gotten more broken in. So 1 in 8 twist, 16-inch. And we're going to try these out today, see how it likes those. So I wanted to see the difference with the Sierra and then the others. So these are all obviously the AAC. So we got 2 69 grain offerings, 2 77 grain offerings. So we got a 69 grain hollow point boat tail. I'll pull this out and show you all of them. Then we got the Sierra Match King here, 69 grain. You can see their advertising velocity for both, 2,900 feet a second. I'll set my chrono up and try to get some reads out of the 16-inch barrel as well in this video. And then we got the 77 grains up here. I found it interesting that they advertise the 77 grains being precision and match and all that, whereas the 69 grains they do not. So don't know about that, but open tip mouth. So again, just a freaking hollow point really. And we got the Sierra Match King here again, and you can see there it says match grade on this. On here it says precision for these, so I don't know. And advertised velocity on both of those, 2,700 feet a second. So we're going to try all 4 today, shoot some groups down at 100 yards here, and see what I can do with them. Just using a bag here. We got a crappy mil-spec trigger on a mil-spec lower, no rear bag, so keep that in mind. But I'm usually able to shoot pretty decent anyways. I get close to MOA groups, even with that setup, if it's capable. So by setup, I mean mil-spec trigger and no rear bag and all that. So may not be the absolute best groups that I can get, but pretty close. And like I said, I'll have gel tests coming up on these as well at some point. Probably close range start now, but eventually I'm going to start doing further range gel tests in the future, but we'll at least have some like defensive range gel tests on these coming up. So if you're not subscribed already, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell, click all for the notifications so you'll be notified when I post, if you don't want to miss those gel tests coming up on that. All right, let's take a look at these. And if you guys end up liking any of these, make sure you check out my campsite page. So here we got the, try not to spill them everywhere, 69 grain hollow point boat tail, 69 grain Sierra Match King, which again just a little hollow point. Then there's 77 grain OTM, a little hollow point, and it's going to be the same over here for the 77 grain Match King. This should be a hollow point as well. Yes, it is. So there you go. So I got my chrono set up here. I don't know if you guys want to watch the chrono or the shots. I would think the shots, so I'm just going to call them out and put them on screen for you there. We might switch back and forth, but we'll start out with the 69s. I do the hollow point boat tail first, then the Sierra Match King. Then we'll come up and do the 77 OTM, and then the 77 Match King. And I'll tell you what, I think I want to do more than one group with each probably. So we'll go ahead and get the chrono first. Okay. And then, wow, I don't know. We'll get the chrono reads first for you guys, and then I'll zoom in for my second groups with them all. So I'll move you guys in a second here. $26.08, is that what that says? And I'm not on paper. $25.94. $25.97. So that is some pretty consistent velocity there. All right, I'm going to move you guys so you can see this no problem. So we'll just send 3 over each, get a chrono read there, and see if I need to adjust my scope for these or not. So now we'll do the 69 grain Sierra Match King.
So as you can see there, interestingly, those average nearly 100 feet per second faster, and again, very consistent velocity.
Now the 77 grain OTM.
Not quite as consistent with those, extreme spread of 30 instead of 14, 15 like the others.
And now the 77 grain Sierra Match King. And again, this is a 16-inch barrel, so probably getting a little bit lower velocities due to that. They're probably rated out of a 20 or something. All right, so there's all that. Sorry I'd send more over for you guys, but I'm on a real tight budget. I only got 1 box of each of those, so I really got to conserve here. All right, so we'll do 1 of each. That top target there, it's got 3 shots in it, so I am going to use that, but we'll put up a fresh target and do a second group with everything. So start on the left and work our way up, down, and around. And we'll just go in the same order. 69 grain, HPBT, I think it was. Then the 69 Sierra. Then the 77 grain OTM. And then the 77 grain Sierra. So we'll go left, top, right, bottom in that order. And then we'll put up a fresh target and try them all each again once more. So here we go. 100 yards. And again, remember, these aren't going to be my best groups. They should be pretty good, though. I'm just shooting off a front bag. There's no rear bag, and that's a mil-spec trigger. There is a light breeze today, too. All right, that was looking good until that third shot did not group with the other 2. So now we'll try the 69 grain Sierra Match King. Hey, I like those. That's about a 1-inch group right there. Now we'll do the 77 grain OTM.
Now since those were all averaging right, I didn't want this to be on the right edge, so I gave it 4 clicks to the left and moving 1 inch to the left, which pretty much put it right on bullseye here. Also have a fresh target coming up next, and we'll be doing 5-shot groups.
All right, that's about another 1-inch group. Now the 77 grain Sierra Match King. All right, that one looks just a hair over an inch. We'll go down and take a look. We'll put up another target, and I think we'll do 5-shot groups next. Man, I gotta tell you, I'm stoked to find more ammo that thing is grouping very nicely. Again, there's no rear bag for me, and it's a mil-spec trigger. So to shoot 1-inch groups down here is freaking awesome, especially with multiple offerings. And that's some of the cheapest 77 grain stuff you can get, 69 grain. So freaking awesome. Make sure you guys check out my campsite page. So let's see what we actually got. Got my little tape measure down here. So I don't know if that was just a fly or just me. I mean, I almost 100% just like the rest of these, that it was a good trigger release just like the rest. So it might not like those 69 grains, but we'll find out when we do the second group here with 5 shots. So that one is right at about 2 inches center to center. Now these were the 3 existing holes that were already here, and we went 1, 2, 3. I said that was about a 1 inch. That's about what it looks like. Yep, 1 inch. It's actually a little less than 1 center to center, but you can just basically call it a 1-inch group. Those were the 69 grain Match King, Sierra Match King. Dang, that's nice. That's our best one so far. So then we got the 77 grain OTM here, and I got to scoot up. I'm pushing my target away from myself. That's a 3/4 inch center to center there, and you know, edge to edge about 1 inch. So it loves those. But I mean, that and that, all 3 of these are real dang good, especially considering the circumstances. Like I said, there's a little wind, and I can see the target moving around some. And so this one, like I said, is about 1.25 inches. And I mean, you can see that's about where we're at there. If you go center to center, it's just a hair over an inch. If you go edge to edge, about 1.25 inches. So yeah, I'm happy. I tried 75 grain of the Hornady Frontier, and it did not seem to like those in the initial review. But again, this thing has started to shoot better now that I've been shooting it more, getting the barrel more broken in. But it definitely likes those 3. So let's see if that was just a fluke there. I probably voiced over, but I saw these kept averaging off to the right, so I gave it 4 clicks to the left to bring us back on there. So, oh man, I walked all the way down here and I forgot my fresh target. Let me get a fresh one hung on here, and then we'll do some 5-shot groups with each. All right, here we go again. Got me a fresh target set up down there. Again, 100 yards. And now we'll do 5-shot groups with all of them. See what we end up with here. So same pattern. On the left would be the 69 grain bolt tail hollow point, whatever it said. Then the 69 Sierra Match King on the top. Then the 77 grain OTM on the right. And then 77 grain Sierra Match King on the bottom. Here we go.
And I'm going to go ahead and speed the footage up for you guys so this video doesn't end up being 20 minutes long. 69 grain boat tail hollow point on the left. .69 grain Sierra Match King on the top. .77 grain OTM on the right. Then the 77 grain Sierra Match King on the bottom.
Wow. That's like a 2-inch group. Now, when we only did 3 of those, we got, I think it was like 1.25 inches, around 1 inch, somewhere around there. That time, not so much. I don't know what the heck's going on there. But, so it seems the 3-shot group was a fluke with those, whereas the 5 is definitely opened up there. It was the last group, so maybe it's heating up a little. I don't know, but you can see it was just an instant transformation from the previous group there on the right. So I don't think it's a heat or anything like that, because it was like instant. Man, that's crazy that opened up like that. Like I said, on our first 3-shot, I think we just got lucky that we got like a 3-shot vertical string about 1.25 inches, kind of like this. These 3 right here is what it looked like. Sorry, I'm getting another freaking call. So if you brought this down here, that's about what our first group looked like if you swing this shot down. So I think we just got lucky on that. But you know, it could have been 1, 2, 3, and we just got lucky that it made 3 in a vertical line there. But you can see we do 5 here. That's why most people do 5-shot group, because, you know, 3 is not always telling. It doesn't seem to prefer those, does it? The rest of these are fantastic. So I think that one flyer I had on that first 69 grain there with the 3-shot group was just a fluke. Maybe I did it. I don't think I did, but you can see here these other 3, they're pretty much all averaging. It looks like that's the worst. That's probably just a hair over 1.25 inches, whereas these are right at about 1.25 inches. Again, that's a mil spec trigger. So those ones I'm pulling, that's why, because I'm like, the trigger creep, I'm like waiting for it to break. And then sometimes when it breaks, because it's not smooth and it's kind of heavy, you know, it's not a target trigger, it causes me to pull ever so slightly when it finally breaks. So, you know, if we put a nice target trigger in there, I wouldn't have that issue at all. But no rear bag, a freaking budget BCA. Check out my campsite page. You know, the BCA upper there, these are just shooting phenomenally. So I'll probably stay away from that one, though, the Sierra Match King 77. It does not seem to like that one for some reason. I think I'm going to go up there and put 3 more in this. I mean, there's kind of no point, but it's just bugging the crap out of me. I want to see if the next 3 kind of just like hover around here, if it's going to throw them too. Yeah, those 3 printed about 1 inch down there, hovering all around the edges of that red dot. So I don't know. But that does it, guys. So pretty happy with these. I don't know what's up with the 77 grain there. If I printed another 5-shot group with them, the Sierra Match King 77s, maybe they print 1.25 inches for me. Maybe they'd spread out. I don't know. But based on my results, that means I'm going to stick with these 3 that definitely likes. Of course, we did have that one flyer there with the 3-shot group with that one, and these 2 performed for me all day. So I'm glad I tried all these out. I figured, I was like, man, they're probably all just going to shoot the same, or if it likes the 77s, they're both going to shoot the same, or if it likes the 69s, they're both going to shoot the same. And we're seeing that's not necessarily the case. So I'm glad I tried all 4. So again, I will have gel tests on these coming up at some point. So stay tuned if you don't want to miss that. Again, check out my campsite page. Oh, again, link review video, original review video to this upper. If you want to check that out, there'll be a link in the description. Like I said, it seems to be shooting better nowadays than in the original review video. The only thing it really liked in that review video was the 68 grain Frontier. Everything else, not so much. But it seems to be shooting them okay these days now that I've got it more broken in. Anything else you see in the videos, links in the description. You know, the shooting bag, target stand I use, paper targets, steel targets, and way more. Chronograph. And for Pew stuff I can't link to, check out my campsite page. But thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it, and I'll catch you on the next one.